We have talked so much on how to create big opportunities into your life, how to grow and have a life that you are obsessed with. But one thing we haven't talked about enough is self-love and confidence, because if you don't have the confidence to take the opportunities that are presented to you, if you don't have the confidence to show up for yourself, to walk into a room as your best self and to feel good in the rooms that you are in, none of the rest of it really matters. So I want to share with you my biggest tips that you probably have not heard before on how to cultivate self-love and confidence so much that it like radiates off of you and everybody wants to know, like, oh my gosh, what is it that she has? And it's just kind of like contagious. You've heard the term act as if. I don't want you to just act as if. I want you to act as if your big break is about to happen. Act as if the thing that you want the most, the life that you want the most, is right around the corner. I'm talking about like you don't even realize how close it is, but it's so close that everyone else can see it. If you knew that everything that you wanted, that you wished for, you've been waiting for, was going to come to fruition in 5 to 10 days, you would be acting completely different. You would be jumping for joy. You would be dressing like you were ready for the cameras to come out and see that you just made it. You would be in such a good mood. You'd be so happy. The way you talk to people would be so infectious and contagious. Your energy would literally be radiating how confident and excited and happy you were. People would just really like flock to you and want to be around you. And you would love to be around yourself because you know good things are about to happen. You wouldn't be moping about. You would be seeing all the things that you have to do throughout your day, cleaning, going to the gym, waking up. You wouldn't be doing those like, oh, it's such a chore. You'd be jumping out of bed. You'd be cleaning so happily, singing along as you're doing it. You'd be having fun in your workout and feeling good about yourself and feeling like, oh, I need to do these things. I am enjoying these things because they're preparing me for something really big that's about to happen. And I want to feel my best when that moment comes. But here's the thing, you don't know when that moment's actually gonna come, and it could be any moment. But what if you're not prepared? If you're always acting like it's so far off, then the universe is gonna kind of feel like it is. It's gonna feel like it's so far off. You're kind of pushing it off and resisting it if you are creating this narrative in your life that you have so much time, so you really don't have to prepare now. You don't have to get out of bed like you're excited for your life. You don't have to dress like you are someone and do the things that make you feel your best. But if you knew that things were about to happen, you would. And I actually think if you start to kind of switch the narrative and act as if your big break is about to happen and always be prepared, then when the moment comes, it will happen and you're gonna feel so good and you're gonna feel like, I can handle this, I can do this, I can handle anything at this moment, I can take on anything. Sad realization is a lot of us give contingencies on our self-love, like I'll like myself, I'll take care of myself, I'll love myself, I'll do better for myself, I'll show up for myself when I get X, Y, or Z. But the truth is you have to show up for yourself before you can ever get X, Y, and Z, because those moments you've probably had opportunities come to you that could have made huge monumental changes in your life. But if you're not confident in your best self and ready to take it and show up for yourself properly, you might have let those opportunities slide. You might have not taken it the right way and done it the right way and showed up for yourself the right way, networked properly. But if you start preparing now, you will always be ready and you're gonna feel so good about yourself. You're gonna see how that your life is already worth living now, not waiting until that moment comes, and you're gonna feel good all the time. My second tip, and easily the most important one, is knowing when to ask for help. And I personally have done this by starting therapy, which is why I'm really proud to be partnering with Grow Therapy today. There is zero shame in seeking support. I actually think it's extremely brave. Therapy has easily made the biggest change in my entire life. I've learned how to communicate properly. I've learned how to love myself. I've come up with actual plans with my therapist on how to heal and grow and see myself in a different lens. I personally would not be where I am today without therapy, and I strongly believe that therapy should be as accessible as possible to everyone. Finances seem to be a really common response for people who want to try out therapy but haven't given it a shot. If you're curious to start your own therapy journey, Grow is an amazing platform with an amazing mission to make high quality therapy care accessible and affordable for everyone. They work with your insurance to make it easy to find a therapist. And sessions through Grow average $21 per session and can be as low as $0 depending on your plan. And it's not a subscription-based service, so there's no long-term commitment. You only pay per session, so it helps you try therapy risk-free. The platform offers in-person and virtual appointments, with most providers being available within 2 days. You can click the link in my description to get started. Number 3 is not waiting for the special occasions for a lot of things. I want you to start noticing what it is that you wear or you own or that you do that brings you the most confidence and the most love. Is there a playlist that you listen to that makes you super confident that maybe you blast before you hang out with your friends? Are there outfits that you put on that make you feel your best? Is there jewelry that you put on that makes you feel your best? Is there ways that you style your hair that makes you feel your best? Is there certain lipsticks that you wear that make you feel so confident? Why do we wait to wear those things? The special occasion is you. You are the special occasion. You can wear those things every single day. And a big tip is, if you don't know what these things are yet, start paying attention to what makes you feel confident when you're wearing it. Take note and then start wearing those things, using those things, doing those things more. And if you don't have yourself a confidence playlist, you need to make one. This next one is what I told my life coach clients to do when I was offering life coaching, is to build yourself, I've actually talked about this for years, build yourself a sim or an alter ego. Think about Beyonce. She has her like Sasha Fierce. She says that when she goes on stage, the reason she's able to be so confident and fierce and like just be her best self on stage is she like conjures up, that sounds weird, not like in that kind of way. She like pretends, steps into Sasha Fierce. Someone that is lively and confident and fierce and confident and has so much self-love and energy, and however she wants to feel in that moment, she steps into the shoes of the version that she needs to be. Create that sim for yourself. Literally write out all of the aspects you wish you had, the ways you wish you would dress, the ways you wish you would talk to people when you're out in public, the way you wish you would carry yourself and walk and talk about yourself, the energy that you wish that you radiated. Maybe naturally you stand in the corner and you're kind of shy holding yourself like this, but your alter ego walks into the room, says hi to people, makes other people feel confident, which is naturally going to make you feel even better about yourself and just radiate so much positivity and kindness and self-love. Maybe you create a sim version of yourself that you're like, you know what, when I'm going out today, I'm stepping into version 2.0 of me. So kind of like you would vision board about your dream life, vision board about your most self-loved, self-worth, confident, badass, amazing, beautiful, best self, brightest self, boldest self, all the qualities you would have, the way you dress, hold yourself, what you do, your activities, your daily life, on your day-to-day or whenever you need that extra boost. Look at that little sim self card or vision board or whatever you want to create. Maybe it's a note on your phone, and step into those shoes and tell yourself, today I'm going to be that version of me. And before you know it, you'll realize you've always been able to be that version of yourself. You just had to step into it and kind of create an alter ego first that kind of gives ourselves permission to show up as confident as we need to be. Because we have been kind of taught as a society that we need to be humble and meek and weak and small. But we know that's not true. We deserve to be big and bright and take up space and loud and bubbly and bold. So let yourself step into the version of yourself that does that now. Next is a visualization activity that I really, really think is so fun and so effective. I want you to actually think about what it is you have going on today, the little aspects. So maybe you have to eat breakfast, and then maybe you're going to the gym, and maybe you're meeting with a friend, and then maybe you have a work thing after, or a date. Maybe you're going on a new date. Just think of all the things you have to do, and then I want you to pretend that this is going to be a movie or an episode of a TV show that you love, that that is so bingeable to you that you could watch over and over, that you are obsessed with the main character. And newsflash, the main character is you. So I want you to close your eyes and visualize the day that you have ahead of you, and I want you to make it a bingeable episode or a bingeable movie. Don't change the things that you have going on. Add aspects, add character, add things in there that you need to make it something bingeable that you would be obsessed with. Is it, instead of doing your dishes, just like, oh, I gotta do my dishes real quick before my friends come over? Is it like you have music blasting and you're so excited to host for your friends, and you're cleaning in such a fun way, you're singing, you're doing like a little bit of karaoke by yourself, having a little solo concert while you're cleaning? Is it the background music that makes it a little bit more enticing? Think about the shows that you already like to binge who do pretty normal stuff. Think about Sex and the City. The reason we love Carrie is the way she walks. That people go back and forth to the way she walks, the way she dresses, her self-narrative, the way she talks about herself and to herself, the way she talks with her friends, like her wittiness. Those are little aspects you can already have in your life if you allow yourself to. So I want you to visualize yourself having the day you're already planning to have, but add the aspects into it that make it something so bingeable that you would be obsessed with that main character. The biggest thing that makes a movie great or a show great is the main character's narrative. It is the way they talk about themselves. It is the way that they talk to other people, the way they talk about other people. Start to notice the way you talk in your head, the way you talk out loud, the way you write in your journal about yourself. Actually, your journal is more of your safe space, but you get what I'm saying. And I want you to really pay attention to, are you allowing yourself to talk freely, to talk boldly, to say like how you really feel, to be funny and not care so much about what everyone is thinking, and just like be yourself. Because when you do that, you're gonna feel so much better about yourself. People are gonna feel so good around you. We often tend to muffle ourselves because we get too scared to be too much. Let yourself be as much as you need to be. The main character is a lot, and it's good to be a lot. You deserve to be a lot. That means pausing your day, if this is what your main character does, to go into the bathroom every 5 minutes and say, look in the mirror and say, I love myself. I am so sexy. I am so worthy of being here. If that's what you need to do, so do it. So be it. And then I want you to actually, after you visualize it, go about your day like it is a bingeable episode. Have the music be good. Pretend that eyes are on you. This is your episode. This is your time to shine. You want people to be obsessed with this main character. You want you to be obsessed with your own main character. Whenever I remember to do this, even if I was supposed to have like the most mundane day, my day becomes so fun. I feel so confident. I feel so good about myself. I just feel like my energy is radiating and people just kind of like attract to me, because you are going to like leak off self-love. It's going to be so fun. The next tip is, if you're about to go into a room filled with people or one person, plenty of people, this is how you're gonna make yourself radiate self-love and confidence. Typically, before we walk into a room, our first line of thinking is, what are people gonna think of me? How do I look? How am I about to be perceived? If you want to radiate self-love and confidence, you have to switch it. And before you walk into a room, I want you to ask yourself, how do I want to make other people feel? And how do I want myself to feel at the end of the night? And then I want you to act accordingly. Act in a way that lets other people feel the way you want them to feel around you. Maybe you want them to feel relaxed and not guarded and comfortable and kind and happy and, attracted to you. Maybe you want to feel bold and funny and confident and happy. Allow yourself to step into the version of yourself that lets you feel the way you want to feel and lets other people feel good around you as well. And I promise, the moment you let down your walls and stop thinking, oh, how is everyone gonna perceive me and how do I look and blah, 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 and instead think, how do I want them to feel around me? I want people to feel good around me. And how do I want to feel in a room with myself filled with people? I want to feel confident and proud. When you start focusing on those things, everything is going to change and everyone is going to want to be around you, and you're going to start loving being around yourself too. I hope you enjoyed these tips for how to be your most confident self. I know everyone posts videos like how to glow up, and it's like, drink your water, eat your greens, get your steps in. Like, those are great things. But like, I want to talk about some inward things that you can do when you're about to go into a room, you're about to do something new that can kind of quickly transform your energy and just make you feel like your best self. Some of these things you can do at the most random times. The movie one, you could literally do as you're going to bed every night. Maybe every night when you're falling asleep, start to visualize the next day you have ahead of you and make it like a TV show. Start adding in the cool narratives, adding in the music, adding in the way you would eat your breakfast or the way that you would just go about your day. And then that way you wake up and you're ready like to jump out of bed with that energy as your sim self or as your alter ego to take on that. Because when you combine those things, when you wake up and you let yourself be your alter ego, you have your movie day planned out, you wear the things that are for special occasions, but you realize you're the special occasion. When you're focusing more on how you make other people feel and how you feel, you're gonna feel unstoppable. Especially if you also are going to therapy, because confident people filled with self-love, they do go to therapy. I love being in therapy. It has completely changed the way I feel about myself and the way I feel about the world. And I'm honestly just so grateful that I started therapy. So I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. Again, if you want to check out Grow Therapy, my link is in the description. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye.